Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Nate Anime and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be on the Crew Motorfest checking out a car that came out quite some time ago. Yes, I know. Look, here's the thing. Sometimes I do have some real life stuff I actually have to tend to, which unfortunately kind of interrupts me uploading any videos on YouTube, and that such case happened recently, so I do apologize for that. I know I wanted to do this video when this car came out that day, but unfortunately I was not able to do that. This also goes for the Nissan Z or 400Z or whatever the heck you want to call it. You know, I just was not able to do a video on it because I do have other things I have to tend to that are kind of more important, that are in real life, so I do apologize for that. But you know, I am finally back on the Crew Motorfest, and I am going to be checking out the 240SX S14. A really interesting car. I was not expecting to be in the game at all in any way whatsoever. It really came to me as a surprise to actually even see this car being introduced in the game when the year one pass was teased. I was not expecting this car to be in the game. I was kind of expecting more the S13 to be in the game than the S14, personally, because I like the pop-up headlights, and I think that car probably would have been a little bit better to bring into this game. But knowing Ivory Tower, they're probably going to do some really crazy stuff with this car. You know, we'll probably see a drift version of this vehicle sometime in the future, probably after the year one pass is finished and through. But yeah, here we are with the 240SX S14. Now, one very important thing to realize here, this car is actually a tier 1 street car. Now, in the Crew Motorfest, they have split up the street tier vehicles that were all together in one class in the Crew 2, and they split them between two classes. So now there's a 1 tier class and there's a 2 tier class, or a 2nd tier class. So essentially, it should be very easy to figure out. The 1st tier class is for the cars that are a little bit slower. This car in particular is a bit on the slower side, unfortunately. So, like, for example, I can't take this car and race it in a tier 2 street race or something like that. Like, I have to race it against other tier 1 vehicles, which is a little bit upsetting, I'll admit, because you know, I would like to, you know, drive this car up against, you know, like maybe, you know, the R34, the R35 or something like that, or even the brand new Nissan 400Z or Z that came out with this car on that same day. So it does kind of suck that, you know, we can't do that, but I mean, it is what it is. We still get a good collection of JDM and Japanese vehicles that we can race with in the tier 1 class, so it's not all bad. It's not all bad at all. Alright, so let's drive this car around a little bit. Car does sound pretty good. Let's take a look at the interior. Yep, some late 90s looking interior right there. Very nice. And it sounds pretty good too. It sounds pretty good, but it is a bit slow. Yeah, I guess that's what their reasoning for bringing, you know, the tier 1 class, or splitting up the street classes like that, you know, to bring just a slight bit more realism to the game, you know, because, you know, maybe like a Mazda Miata shouldn't be outrunning a Lamborghini Huracan. I mean, they can if you give it a engine upgrade or something like that, or even, like, you know, swap some engines, but you can't do that in the Crew Motorfest, unfortunately. So yeah, anyways, let's check some of the customization. So yes, I have heard the rumors, I have heard, you know, the news about this vehicle. The customization on this vehicle is not that great. It's not that great at all. It's really not. But I'm going to see how not so great it is. So starting off with hoods, we got some custom hoods here. We got a carbon hood. The carbon hoods don't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. Alright, not too bad. We'll stick with the plane for right now, because I don't know what direction I'm going to take this vehicle in. Let's take a look at the front bumpers here. Not too bad. This looks pretty good. I like this one. I just don't like those splitters on the sides of the bumper. I hate that. Yeah, something like this. I like the third bumper. Third, or what's the other one? Yeah, and they even come with the blacked out headlights in a way. So yeah, we'll go with that one. And then the fenders. Ooh, okay. Now I see what everyone was talking about. And the sad part is you can't really lower cars in this game. That's kind of the bad part. You can't really do much. So I guess wide bodying the car is out of the question, because this fitment is disgusting. Like, this is really, really bad. And it's not to say that all the customization like this is in the game, but I mean, I think the Miata from the Crew 2 and even in this game has better fitment than this. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know why they would do that. I do know there are some wheels that you can actually, or some tire choices that you can actually get that will actually kind of like fix this little problem. It kind of like shortens or lowers the height of the car just a bit, so the fitment almost works, but I don't think we'll be able to do much with this, because it's literally just a fender that just sticks out. Like, no offense to Ivory Tower, but they couldn't get like a Rocket Bunny kit or some type of like S14 kit, because I know there's a bunch. Yeah, right now we're gonna keep those fenders off because they're just absolutely horrible. How about wheels? We do have an official wheel. I don't know, I think I might go with the official one. You know, there's always like an official tire. I always kind of want to go for that one. But can I customize it? Let me see here. If I do this one, yeah, and then I can get the color and then I can size it and everything. But if I get the official, I just pay for it, and yeah, that's about it. Well, that kind of sucks. But maybe I'll change it a little bit later on. Let's go to the calipers here. Just paint them red. And side mirrors, we can do carbon or the racing type. We'll just do carbon. Nothing too crazy. And then we can a carbon skirt. Not too bad. Carbon fender. Again, the horrible fenders. My God, that is bad. Again, I'll take a look at the wheel choices or at the tire choices, because I did finally import my library from the Crew 2 in here, so I do have some wheel choices that might actually help this fitment just a bit, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. The back wing. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. It removes the spoiler on the back. Yeah, that's definitely a glitch. No doubt about that. That's weird. But yeah, we can get a carbon spoiler on the back. We can get like a little lip spoiler, which will look great with a good wide body kit that this car does not have. And then we just have a bunch of spoilers. I am not putting a big giant wing on this car. It doesn't look good on this car without a proper wide body kit, which this car does not have. So this is not going on here, and this is not going on here. This I would put on here, but still kind of looks a little bit, I don't know, looks a little bit weird. I'll put the carbon spoiler on, because I mean, even if I took off the spoiler, I mean, it still looks a little bit weird. So yeah, we'll just keep the carbon spoiler. The back bumper, let's see here. Okay, we get clear tail light. Honestly, I might just go with this. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Okay, then we get twin exhaust. Okay, with a diffuser. This looks pretty good. Not too bad. Yeah, I mean, they're alright. They're not crazy, but they're okay. I'm gonna put a bumper on here that kind of makes sense, and it's probably going to be maybe, yeah, let's do this back bumper with the darken, or Yeah, those are darkened headlights. Yeah, they've been blacked out. So yeah, we'll go with this back bumper right here. Pretty cool. Now let me go to the vanity items I was talking about and see if we can change the tire choices here, because that can sometimes help the fitment on this car. Sometimes, not all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, some of the wheel choices I have are not the greatest. Let's try the white lined stretch tires and then go back to the visual parts. Look at the fenders. It helps. It helps, but it's still kind of bad. It's still kind of bad. So yeah, I don't think we'll be going with that, and I think I'm just gonna choose a regular tire compound. We do have our first Itasha livery for this vehicle. I actually know this person. In fact, I think he did the NSX livery, which has since disappeared from my NSX, which is kind of sad. It was a really good livery. I think we might go with this one if there are no others on here. Let's see here. I mean, there are some good wraps, non-Itasha wise, but obviously we're going to be going with an Itasha wrap for this vehicle. The livery editor is it's very buggy. Sometimes some things will load in, sometimes some liveries will not load in, and you have to leave the livery editor to go back into the livery editor to actually, you know, get liveries like here to pop up. So I have to kind of like look at them, you know, all slow like, because it's still a problem that Ivory Tower has not fixed yet. I don't know what's taking so long to fix this simple problem, which is a feature that was in the Crew 2 and had little to no problem whatsoever, but here it's like everything's struggling to load, which is not a good thing considering I'm on the PS5. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna add this one on, and I don't think this livery is has a character of anybody from a particular anime, because the creator of this design did actually reach out to me, because I was like trying to figure out if the cat girl or fox girl on the NSX was from an anime or something, and he explained to me it was just, you know, like a OC, you know, character on the car, you know, like there is no like specific link to any like anime or stuff, and for it to be an OC character, it looks pretty good. In fact, if anything, this kind of looks like Corone, this particular wrap, but it's not Corone. Last thing I have to do now is upgrade it. Now, important thing to know about the Street 1 tier vehicles, you can only upgrade them to level 600. They use the same exact perf parts as the Street Tier 2 vehicles, but unlike the Street Tier 2 vehicles, you can upgrade them past level 600. The Street Tier 1 vehicles, they are capped at 600. Now, knowing how much I've been playing this game recently, I should have a lot of 600 parts, and yes, I do. And yep, there we go. It has been upgraded to a level 600. Very easy. Alright, so let's take this vehicle for a drive. Okay, let's start her up. Not too bad. Now, interestingly enough though, the car actually looks better, and the fitment actually looks better outside of the like customization area. I don't know why. Kind of strange, but it looks better out here than it does in that little like customization space. Alright, so because this vehicle is in Street Tier 1, it's not really a fast vehicle by any means, so I wonder what the cap for top speed is on this vehicle, since you really can't go too fast with it. There's a highway up there. Can we get up there? Let's see. Let's do some BSing here. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's use this plane here, which yes, I do have an anime wrapped plane. I don't know if I'll do any plane like things on here, or like any reviews, but I think I might at least try at least one or two. Right, so because this vehicle is a street tier 1, I am curious to see what the top speed on this vehicle is. So I'm gonna say probably like maybe 170, 180 at the most. And it is moving pretty slow. Oh, wait, we are approaching 180. It did go past 170, so top speed is not 170. Ooh, 192 is the top speed. If we account for the nitrous, the vehicle's top speed is actually like 192, which is not too bad. But unfortunately, it does seem like we won't be able to get this car over 200 miles per hour, which I guess won't be too bad, because again, you know, it's a street tier 1 vehicle, and you're going to be racing up against vehicles that are similar in their performance, so it's not going to bother you. It's not really going to bother me too much. All right, it's not too bad. Let's take it into a race here. So all right, here we go. First race with the Nissan 240SX S14, and we are in a street tier 1 race, which again, as you can see, we are racing against other vehicles that are similar in performance with our vehicle. Fortunately, no Japanese cars. I mean, I do see a DeLorean back there, which is cool. I do see a Porsche, which I think we drove that particular Porsche in the Porsche playlist. But yeah, I don't really see any other Japanese vehicles racing with us. And I do wish there were actually like some like tailored playlist to go with some of these vehicles that are releasing, because I do know like 2 Ferraris have also been released with the 1 year pass, and there's like no like playlist you can really use them in. So I hope they add some playlists in the future for this for vehicles like these, so we can actually use them. But so far though, I mean, the car drives pretty good. Obviously it's on the slower side, so obviously, you know, we're not hitting like crazy top speeds here, but it feels pretty good. But yeah, the car performs pretty good, considering the fact, you know, I have the traction control off and the other assist off as well. I kept ABS on. I'll keep ABS, but everything else I turned off. And the car performs pretty good. It handles really well too. It doesn't do as much drifting as a lot of other cars in this game, where you know, especially rear-wheel drive vehicles in this game, like if you just hit a corner too hard and you start steering into that corner just too hard, you start drifting into the corners, and it's just like, I mean, it's not hard to you know, gain control of it back, but it does get a little bit annoying sometimes, because sometimes you just want to, like, you know, drive into a corner without, you know, drifting or anything like that, or power sliding into the corner because, you know, you don't have the assist on or anything like that, or, you know, you don't really want to slow down at the corner. It's weird, but I mean, it does perform pretty good. But yeah, it does sound good, it does look good. It's a nice performing car. Too bad though, we don't have a drift version of this vehicle. That's the one downside of getting all these year 1 pass cars. These are just all like street tier vehicles, so like there's no drift vehicles, I don't think, added into the year 1 pass, unfortunately. But yeah, there we go. First race completed and done with the S14. Pretty good car. Handles pretty well too. Alright, doing one more race here with the S14. Doing it in the Liberty Walk playlist. Which again, it would be nice to actually, you know, drive up against, you know, like other custom vehicles instead of like these generic, like old school cars. Like, yes, I know they are tier 1 vehicles, but you know, being the only Japanese car going up against a bunch of old muscle cars, it's kind of weird. I mean, I do actually see the Fair Lady Z up there. Is this it right there? Yep, the little orange Nissan. That is nice to see, but still, it still feels very lonely having the only Japanese car in one of these tier 1 races. I know if you do the tier 2 races, you're actually going up against maybe like a GTR and stuff like that. But yeah, it really is nice to see cars like this in the Crew Motorfest for once, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've always loved the cars that were in the Crew 2. It really has surprised me, you know, the type of cars they have added into the game, considering, you know, how the first game was. But, you know, to add something like this is pretty cool. And still, we still have the R32 that was teased in the, you know, upcoming, you know, vehicles that you'll get in the year one pass that still has yet to release. So, you know, I can't wait for that. That is really exciting. But yeah, it's just really cool to see the cars that they're adding into the game, and they're new, fresh cars too. Cars that, you know, people actually want in the game. So it is nice to see that. But yeah, this car is definitely one of my favorites. I'll be using this in races a lot. See, can we do a little drift here? Yeah, not too much of a drift. Although, I think there is actually a way you can actually make, like, street tier cars, like, drift. Like, I mean, in this, I know I just did a little power slide, but, like, you can actually go into the, like, settings and actually, you know, make the handling loose enough that you can actually take these cars around a corner for a small amount of time, but still, it's better than, you know, not being able to drift these cars at all. Yeah, I am basically dominating this race. Like, so much so I have, like, time to, like, drift around corners. But yeah, I know I do need to kind of, like, pick up the pace with this game, because a lot of stuff has actually come out, and unfortunately due to real life, you know, because I do have real life things to tend to, I just am not able to get out the videos around the time that I would want them to, or the time when, you know, vehicles, you know, actually release. So that's that one little bit of a problem I'm still having. If you do remember, a little bit earlier this year, I was talking about, you know, stuff I had to, like, tend to, and why I had to take a little bit of a break from playing video games and, you know, uploading on the channel. Well, that's the same exact thing that's happening right now. It's happening again. And, you know, it's just the way things are right now. But I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to upload when I can, because I have not abandoned this channel. It's just, you know, I've just not able to upload anymore, or as much as I want to anymore. But that is just life, and I refuse to, you know, let that stop me from doing the things I want to do. But, yep, here we go. 2 very easy races with the S14. Very nice car. Very good looking car, despite the horrible fitment, but it's a pretty good looking car. Performs well. It is well. So, okay, so this car is a year one pass. So when this car releases, which this car has already released already, and I think it's actually now available for everybody in the game, but when the car first releases, you will get to have access to this vehicle not only for free, but for a certain amount of time, and then later on down the line, others will be able to access and purchase this vehicle. But you get this car for free if you get the year one pass, and you get it before anybody else in the game does who doesn't have the year one pass. And like I said again, you know, you're gonna get this a couple of weeks or a couple of months earlier than everybody else. So a really nice thing to get. So if you don't have the year one pass, I would suggest getting that. But yeah, anyway, so that's all the time I have for today in this video, showing off the S14 in the Crew Motorfest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. But anyways, hope you guys are having a good day out there today, and I'll see you guys in my next video.